Hey y'all, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel, and today we have a fun book tower challenge. Book tag? Alright y'all, so I got this video idea from my wonderful friend Tammy at the Protagonist Pub. I will leave her video down below, but this sounded like such a fun book tag, you guys. I thought this would be a good one to do for books I haven't read, okay? With the exception of one question, I think, because I had a really hard time finding an answer, so I had to pick one I've read. But most of these I have not read. I want you to tell me if I should read them. Okay, let's chat below. I filmed several videos and my voice is almost gone. I think you can kind of tell. I have been sick a lot this week. So I'm finally getting back to filming some videos for October. And this is one I'm so excited to do. So if you need a video to do, please feel free to do this one. I would love to see your answers. So yeah, the first question is a first book in a series. And for this I picked Come Back to Me by Jody Headland. This is book 1 in the Waters of Time series. It's like a time travel, just general time travel fiction story. I don't really know much about it. It says the ultimate cure that could heal any disease. Crazy. So I need to know. It says we have a research scientist who has always believed about her father's quest, even if it stems from a desire to save her sister from the genetic disease that stole their mother from them. Her father falls into a coma after drinking a vial of holy water believed to contain traces of residue from the tree of life. Marion must question all of her assumptions. He's left behind clues that suggest he's crossed back through time. She tests his theories and finds herself in the Middle Ages during a dangerous uprising. I need to know, you know I love all the time travel stories. I just haven't gotten to this one yet. I have the first 2 in this series. So yeah, this is the one I chose for that question. And then we have question number 2, a second book in a different series. Okay, for this I picked out on my shelf, the second book in the Prince Edward Island Dreams series by Liz Johnson. One is The Red Door Inn. Book 2 is Where Two Hearts Meet. Okay, I've not read this series at all. Not even the first one. I have read the Christmas novella that ties to this. But other than that, I want to get into the series. I want to see how I like it. Christian contemporary romance. It's written, I think, in 2016. Yeah, this is like a 2015, 16, 17 type series, it sounds like. So yeah, I want to read more about Liz Johnson and kind of see where I get on with it. I won't read the synopsis for this, but I really enjoyed as you saw in my wrap up, I really enjoyed the Christmas novella that went along with it. Had this like inn feel, really nice town, family element, all that stuff, and a cute romance. So hopefully that's kind of what this one will be as well. Question number 3, a book with blue on the cover. And for this, I picked Before I Called You Mine by Nicole Deese. I have read all of Nicole Deese's books except this one. Actually, not all of them, what am I saying? The ones I own, I should say. There's several of hers I don't own that I need to read, but the ones I own, I've read. And so this is one I need to get to. This is the only one I own that I need to get to by her. And this one is a Christian contemporary romance. I love Nicole Deese's writing. This says Lauren Bailey may be a romantic at heart, but after a decade of matchmaking schemes gone wrong, there's only one match she's committed to now, the one that will make her a mother. And I've heard I think I put this on because I've heard it's a little emotional, but I need to be in the right headspace for it. Lauren is a dedicated first grade teacher in Idaho, and her love for children has led her to the path of international adoption. To satisfy the requirements, she's gladly agreed to remain single for the future. However, just as her wait comes to an end, she is blindsided by complications she never saw coming. Joshua Avery. So he's a substitute teacher for a day, and we're going to see what happens. So I've heard this is a really good story. I really need to read it. It's probably one that's very in-depth, and just like usual, her stories are really great. So yeah, blue on the cover. I love the light baby blue and the pink flowers and the way that the ribbons through this one. I've always really liked this cover. So, all right, question number 4. A book that is, what am I saying? A book title that is 7 letters long, no more, no less. Now, you would have thought that this took me a minute, but it didn't. I was able to get this right away. And that is Edified by Marissa Selfique. Fake. I don't know how you say her name. But this was a local author or something. I don't know if she was at a local bookstore or what, but our local bookstore had it and it's signed. So I picked this up. It is a best friend story, Christian story. This author lives in the mountains of Tennessee. And so it says it tackles issues related to today's generation, such as body image, illegitimate pregnancy, and cancer with a deft, compassionate hand. And so we've got two friends here, Grace and Ray. And it says Grace's 4-year dating anniversary with her high school sweetheart was sure to sparkle with a ring that would seal their love forever. She didn't anticipate what she didn't anticipate was the affair that would tear their dream apart. Now it seems she may never find her new normal, but hope comes in different forms of her grandmother's worn leather Bible and dramatic life changes for her and her best friend Ray. Ray couldn't be more thrilled about her own engagement, but finds herself grappling with the scars of the past, namely the ones glaring like little white beacons up and down her wrist, threatening the joy of her fast approaching wedding day. Amidst the chaos, the two girls are inspired to take a chance, and together they attend a Bible study group equipped with the power to change their lives forever. So it's going to be one of those like really good friend stories, female friendship stories, and I think I'm really going to enjoy that. It has some good faith content. So I just haven't gotten to it yet, but it's on my list at some point. And because it's an indie author, I thought that I would go ahead and mention it. So yeah, she signed it and has a little scripture in there. So yeah. Question number 5, a book you've never read. Well, I don't remember what I picked for this. I think it was this one. It's Your Love, a Deep Haven novel by Rachel D. Russell. This is in the Fox Family series. Isn't this cover gorgeous? We got a nice barn house. We love to see that. Or farmhouse is what I meant to say. Barn, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Love the watercolor flowers as well on here. So this says faith, forgiveness, a future they never imagined. It's time for a fresh start for the Fox family. And so Grayson is asked to return home to Deep Haven and run the Wrangler activities for the local camp. The last thing he expects is to run into the one woman he never wanted to see again. Worse, she's his boss. But Grayson has big hopes for a life back in Oregon, and he must keep his promise to the camp to keep his dreams alive. So, yeah, I've wanted to read a lot of the books in this series. I see them all the time. I just haven't gotten there yet. So, let me know if you've read anything in this series or by this author. So, question number 6 is a book with the sky on it. And for this, I picked book 2 after My Hope Next Door, and that is My Unexpected Hope by Tammy L. Gray. Now, Tammy L. Gray is not writing anymore, you guys, and so I really want to try to, hold off on this. But I might have to read this sooner than later. It's one I'm really wanting to read. And I keep, seeing it on my shelves and not picking it up. So, but this is after a year of grieving her divorce and living a life stuck on pause. Layla, this is a girl from book 1, one of the side characters. She is finally ready to have her own happy ending. So, it sounds like she has a boyfriend, Ben. She is in her small town, so letting go of the past is impossible. No one wants to see her move on, including the man who destroyed her heart to begin with. So, Chad, he has spent years in misery, but finally his life is on stable ground, and he learns his ex-wife is dating. He knows it's time to go back and fight for the life he abandoned. He has newfound sobriety because he was on drugs, and that's what led to their relationship not working out in book 1. Which that's not really a spoiler. I think we know that from the very beginning. I hope so. Anyway, Chad, he has every intention of winning back the woman he loves. So, we have a second chance. Is there a love triangle in this? I don't know, but I know it's going to be emotional, so I've got to be ready. But it has sky on here with their picture. So, question number 7. An author with the same first letter as your first name. Well, I can do one better. I picked one that had my name. So, Amanda Barrett, The Warsaw Sisters. This is a World War II Poland story. I've heard nothing but good things about this author and this book. Just haven't really been in a World War II mood lately, so sometime I'll read this. Y'all say it's good. But this says, 1939, sisters Antonia and Helena send their father off to defend Poland against the threat of German invasion. The next day, bombs fall on Warsaw, decimating their city and shattering their world of their youth. Antonia's beloved Marek Marek is forced behind ghetto walls along with the rest of the Warsaw's Jewish population. Antonia knows she cannot stand by and soon becomes a key figure in a daring network of women risking their lives to shelter Jewish children. Meanwhile, Helena finds herself drawn into the ranks of Poland's secret army, joining the fight to flee her homeland from occupation. So, yeah, this sounds like a really good, impactful story that I need to read at some point. But, yeah, love when we've had an Amanda author, honey. Okay, so number 8 is a classic. Now, I decided to pick this one up because a lot of y'all said the audiobook is good for this on Audible, and that is Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson. So, yeah, I love this little edition I've got from Books A Million. Isn't that cute? Love it. So, yeah, y'all said that the audio narration was really good for this, so maybe I'll try that sometime. So, yeah. Then we've got question number 9, a nonfiction. And for this, where'd it go? I had it in my hand. All right, y'all. So for this question, I have got Finding Kind, Discovering Hope and Purpose While Loving Kids with Invisible Neurological Differences by Carrie A. Baker. And this is one I actually got from the publisher to honestly read and review, and I forgot to put it in my October TBR. So this comes out the end of October, so I definitely plan to read it this month, and I need to prioritize it. I forgot completely to put it in here. I was like, oh, that was on my shelf. A lot of times if I don't leave the books like sitting out like this on the shelf, I forget. So I have to really pay attention to what I'm planning on reading, or like make a note. And yeah, so this is a nonfiction I'm planning to read. I'm really interested to kind of see, it's like a Christian point of view on special needs motherhood. So yeah, I think her son's 13 and autistic. So as a special needs mama, I'm really looking forward to this one. So I read the first like introduction and I really liked it. So question number 10, a book with 4 or more colors on the spine. For this one, I picked Hava by Tosca Lee. I ordered a signed copy of this from her website, and this is the story all about Eve, a biblical fiction. And on the spine, we have got, sorry, cinematic, come on. We've got the like dark greens and pink, purple, red, you know, the blues, purples, all that stuff. So, yeah, I love the way that they've redesigned this cover. So, yeah. Then we've got number 11, a book that says the #1 New York Times bestseller on the front. And this is kind of hard, but I had to look for some of the secular books I have, right? And I actually found All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. And it says 10 best books in the New York Times book review. So I'm going with that. Okay. I've never read this. And a lot of you all say this is really a great emotional book, historical fiction. So much praise for this book. It's written many years ago. I want to say 2014, about 10 years ago. So yeah, let me know if you think I should read this sooner than later. So I'm not gonna read the synopsis for it. All right, question number 12. The smallest width and length, not just by pages, book on your shelf. And I had a hard time with this, so, you know, I'm just going to grab a few here. I'd say probably some of my love-inspired suspense, but I thought I had another one somewhere. Oh, yeah, I did. Here you go. These 3 right here. So, Pint of No Return. You guys, Pint of No Return by Dana Mentink, a shake shop mystery. I've heard this is really good. So, yeah. Love that cover. But it's like super small and like tiny on the shelf. Then we've got You and Me by Becky Wade. I have actually read this one. It's a novella, Misty River novella. It's like a Christmas one, I want to say. Super small. And then this cute little book of A Christmas Carol. I did read this last year. Really enjoyed it, by Charles Dickens. So, yeah. Editing Amanda real quick. I forgot question number 13. So, yeah, it said something about, like, what's the last book you bought? And so I bought The Christmas Catch by Toni Shalhoub. It's her latest Christmas book. It's super cute. So we'll see how I get on with this. This is 2 high school sweethearts reunite. So it's like a second chance at love. We'll see. But it did have a book plate. I thought this was cute. Baker Bookhouse, honey. Extra pre-order goodies. So, love that. And a little ornament with like the cover on it. Isn't that fun? So, yeah. But that's the last book that I bought. I don't know if I'm going to read it this Christmas or not. We'll see. we'll see. So then we have got question number 14, a book that has a cover with a face on it. And for this one I picked When You Are Near by Tracy Peterson. This is book 1 in the Brookstone Brides series. So I've never read anything by this author. Surprise. I read all the Christian fiction in the world, and you don't read the one that has like so many published. What? But Tracy Peterson's a new author I meant to read this year, and I still haven't. This one might be the one I pick up. Who knows? Western, obviously. So yeah, it says, after her father's death, Lizzie Brookstone, a trick writer, an all-female Brookstone Wild West extravaganza. You guys, I've been filming for a while. Wants nothing more than to quit her role as the star of the show and live a quiet life on her family ranch. Returning home would mean Wesley, the ranch's foreman and the man who broke her heart, back in her life. In addition, the trope. Again, I've been filming a while. The Troop's manager fears that her departure could doom the already cash-strapped show. So, we'll see what happens. If I ever get to it. Question number 14 or 15. A spin-off book. And the only one I could think of actually was Nancy Mail. I have read these. But like, I read Nightfall first and the Quantico Files, and a lot of y'all were like, oh, you need to read Mind Games first. Well, it'd been so long since I read these before I read Mind Games, I probably forgot stuff that would have been a spoiler, so it's fine. But Kaylee Quinn actually shows up in this Nightfall series, Quantico Files, with Alex Donovan, and I really liked this series. And so I recently read Mind Games, first 2 books in this Kaylee Quinn Profiler series, and I learned more about like where she got her start and stuff, and her backstory. And so I need to finish this with a 3rd book. But yeah, so I guess it's kind of like a spinoff in a way. So I guess you could also say that, what's it called? That Christmas book I read by Liz Johnson is a spinoff from the Red Door Inn series. Where did it go? I don't even know where it went. Anyway, whatever. We're going to go on. Question. Y'all, I filmed like 5 videos tonight, so I'm really tired. Question number 16. A book that was published over 10 years ago. And for this, I picked My Foolish Heart by Susan May Warren. I love this cover. Doesn't it? It's giving everything fall, right? Beautiful. I've heard nothing but good things about this. And it said it was published in 2011. So, yeah. It's like a brand new book, too. So, love to see it. But I really want to try this. It says, unknown to her quaint town of Deep Haven, Isadora Presley is the star host of My Foolish Heart, a talk show, a popular syndicated talk radio show. From her home studio, she gives listeners advice on romance, even though she's never had a date. It's not that she doesn't want to, but since a tragic accident took her mother's life, panic attacks have trapped her inside her small neighborhood. And though she always reminds listeners that their perfect love could be right next door, it can't possibly be true for her, especially when a new neighbor moves in. Sure, he's handsome, but with his unruly dog and Neanderthal manners, Caleb Knight is the last man she'd ever fall for. To her, love isn't worth the risk until she starts having to have feelings for a caller, a man she's never met but finds honest, charming, and sensitive. A man she doesn't realize lives next door. Look. Am I going to have to read this fall? Is this going on the November TBR? It might. Y'all, where have I been? Okay. Question number... I need to read that. Oh! Okay. Question number 17. A book with a sequel coming out next year. What I decided to pick for this one is actually a book I recently bought, and that is Jenny Proctor's newest release, Once Upon a Boy Band. I actually bought this and got like all on her Etsy store. Got it signed and got like all this. I bought all this like swag from her shop for the appies and her books and whatnot. So yeah, she like bookmarks and things. But and it was signed. So yeah, this is a clean rom-com, closed door. It says 8 years ago. Let's see. Oh wait, Once upon a time, she slept with his poster beside her bed. Now he's all grown up, hiding behind a burly beard and lots of flannel, and she doesn't even have a clue. Honey, So we have got reuniting. He was in a boy band a long time ago. I guess she was a fan. So yeah, I need to read this at some point. So question number, I hope I haven't missed one. Question number 18. An author who's got the same first letter of their first name and their last name. So I picked Sarah Sundin. Okay, 2 S's. The Sound of Light. I picked this one because I've not read it. It's one of the ones I need to read by her. There's a lot I need to read by her still. You guys, like, a lot. But she writes Christian historical fiction, usually World War II stuff. So I'm not going to read the synopsis on that one. But question number 19. A book with an epilogue. And I picked one of Anna Conwell's books I still need to read. And that is The First Taste. Okay, this is actually in the Sweet Peach series. So, need to read this one. This is the next one I need to read. So, this is a fake dating. I can't believe my best friend wants to be my fake boyfriend. Let's go. Okay. I looked and it had an epilogue. So, and the last question. A book that has a title that features a made-up word. This was hard, you guys. But, I mean, we all know The Hobbit. Hobbits were made up by Tolkien. So, that's one. And The Silmarillion. I ain't saying it right, but that's one. They said, I actually looked some up. Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I don't have that book, but, like, that's one. That's a made-up word. I was trying to, like, what are some made-up words? Also, I would say Warcross by Marie Lu. This is one I still need to read, and I've not. Actually, I think it's signed. Yeah. Got it in, like, an Owl Crate box one time. But this is, like, is it YA, maybe? I don't know what's on the back of this. Something on the back. I haven't really been in the mood for this type of book, but Warcross is another book, another made-up word. So yeah, that's it for this book tag, the Book Tower Challenge. Let me know some of your answers and stuff down below, or if you've read any of these books. Please feel free to do this tag. Again, Tammy's video will be linked down below for you to check out. Thought it was very fun. I'm looking forward to your all's comments and everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If there's any of these books you think I need to read sooner than later, let me know, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.